It's Friday. It's Friday. It's going to be an awesome day. Is anybody else a Friday song today? I don't know why, but I am singing today, which is really scary. I frightened my kids right on out of the house with my singing because I shouldn't sing. But it's sometimes, don't you just have that little skip in your heart that makes you want to sing? No idea why. I just am feeling it today. For some reason, my screen is not sharing. I've got two screens and neither one are sharing. So if you want me to demo something, we might be in trouble or might have to play with the technology and see if I can't figure it out. I am all about figuring shit out today. Interesting. So how's everybody doing today? I am curious what you want to know. What do you want to know? And what can I help you with? I don't know if you want to know my background, what I'm good at, what I can do for you. What I really like to know is, what do you need? What do you want? What is something that you are struggling with or could use some help with, like your phone alarm going off in the other room that you totally forgot about? You were good enough to remember to put your phone in the other room, but you forgot that it was going to go off at the same time that you scheduled a live Facebook program for. And you know what? It's quieter than the wind is today, so I'm not really worried about it. If you have any questions, go ahead, put them in the comments below, and I will be glad to answer them. I'm going to, in the meantime, see if I can't get my screen sharing to work, because if nobody's asking anything, I like to at least create a demo or something so that I can share that with my folks that are helping me out, helping me to automate and build some systems for my business so that I can make it simpler and easier to use. Let's go ahead and sneak a peek at, I see it says it's sharing my screen, but I think I'm going to stop sharing this one and then try to see if I can't add my desktop again and see if it will actually give me the screen without being black. I'm not sure why it went black. I just ran to get a cup of coffee and all of a sudden the screens went black. I hate when that happens. I've already done 4 Facebook Lives today with respect to different topics that I'm doing Facebook Lives on. So you would think at this point I would be talked out, but apparently I am not. Let's go ahead and what could I show you today? I'm uploading my YouTube video for my lesson for Expert Secrets program. I've got a group coaching that's going through the Expert Secrets book, and we are breaking it down bit by bit, piece by piece for everybody's expert business so that they can make sure that they're incorporating it into their business. The principles that are being taught in the book, you know, today we're beginning the Epiphany Bridge script, and I'm of course pushing funnel scripts because I think funnel scripts is the best way to get your first story out and then start editing from there. Jim Edwards and the ClickFunnels gang, and mostly Jim Edwards, has produced these. I know he has because I was a Wizard member before I was a Funnel Scripts member, and just phenomenal the way he could take really complex concepts, just like Russell does. Russell takes these complex concepts and observations that he's made over a decade of being in a business and watching different industries, and he boils it down to these amazing sketches that the rest of us can understand. He simplifies the concepts. Well, Jim does the same thing with the funnel script software. He takes the concepts that Russell has simplified and he takes it down even a step further by asking us questions and letting us fill in the blanks and push a button to create our first draft of whatever it is we're trying to create. And for somebody like me, who I'm a fair writer, I'm a pretty good writer, but I am definitely not a copywriter. So for someone like me, that is a lifesaver, and it just saves me so much time and energy. You know, I think my first Epiphany Bridge, before the Epiphany Bridge script came out, I think it took me probably a week or two to write, because I had to, and that was right after the book had come out. I had to go through it the long way and just figure it out all by myself. And it's not like it's that hard to figure out, but how do you word your stories? How do you make sure that you're actually getting the right pieces in the right places and then delivering it in a way that people can relate to? It's harder than you think. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at my screen. I'll go solo with that. We'll see what I got going. Let's look at my Facebook. And the reason I want to do this is I'm probably going to sneak out of the room and turn off my alarm because it's driving me nuts. Hey, James says, punk is dead. What do you think about that? Now, you probably saw me run out of the room, although I do think I had solo on. So we don't really care if punk is dead, do we? I am going to sneak to and see if we have in any way, shape, or form speeded up on my download of, or my upload rather. So I download my lesson from Facebook Live to my computer. Then I upload it to YouTube. That way I can share both the YouTube version and the Facebook Live version with my students. Some people like to consume things on YouTube. Some people like to consume them on Facebook Live. I like Facebook Live because people tend to comment more there, but that just might be my experience. It's going to take 33 more minutes. I did talk a lot this morning. I actually killed the battery on my phone, which is why it's in the other room, waiting to be attended to. I have joined some amazing groups lately, which is helping me to model and figure out how I want to create my groups. I have created, I think I mentioned this, I did a Facebook Live a while back about over the decade or so that I've been on the line and on the internet, I have created this huge mess in social media. I don't know if the rest of you have. Let's go back to looking at me. I might as well talk and try to learn to sit still as long as I'm not demoing anything anyway. I have created this huge social media mess for myself. And it's kind of like it's really scarily indicative of my personality, which tends to be the entrepreneurial personality type, where I've been interested in a lot of different things over the years. And I never really knew if I was going to do anything online or not. And so I'm on the internet as Sharon Horne. I'm on the internet as Sharon Horne-Ellstrom. This year I started being on the internet as Pajama Grandma, which, as you can see, I am in my pajamas because I love being a pajama grandma. I love hanging out in my pajamas and changing my little piece of the world in my pajamas and in my robe. That is a fun way to be. And I spent a lot of my life being really, really serious. So it's actually amazing that I can do what I want to do, when I want to do it, with who I want to do it, where I want to do it, in my pajamas if I want to. So how many of you have set your lives up and set your businesses up so that you can work in your pajamas or work in your flip-flops or have a laptop life? I'm trying to think of all the buzzword key terms that people are using nowadays to describe a life of freedom and fun and travel. I mean, the nomad lifestyle. I think if I were braver and gutsier, I would really embrace and love that nomad lifestyle, especially as I figured out how to do more and more things on my phone with my magnifying glass. See, I have to take this magnifying glass with me everywhere, and this is actually bigger than my cell phone. So maybe if I can come up with a magnifying glass I can wear around my neck, like with a little chain or something, the nomad life would work for me. But for right now, I think I'm probably stuck in the pajama grandma life. Now, that doesn't mean grandma can't get out and have some adventures, which she does on occasion when she's sipping her coffee. So I'm not seeing any questions. I'm trying to think what I would like to demo today. Does anybody want to learn anything about ClickFunnels? As long as I'm going to sneak on. I guess I should show you what I'm doing. Let's go back. It's not very nice to talk about it and then not show you. I could at least show you half of it, right? Let's pick one of these. Let's buzz through the Be Live theme possibilities. There's the big screen share with little Sharon. There's the half screen share with half Sharon. There's the equal size small bizarre triangle background Be Live share. And there's the big Sharon with a little screen share. That's ridiculous. Let's go big screen with little Sharon. That way when I'm scratching my itchy nose today or drinking my coffee, you can only see me doing it in a little bitty corner. Unless you blow me up on your screen, and then I'm big as life anyway. How scary is that? Not really very scary, just kind of entertaining. So now you can see on my screen, I'm going to go to a new tab. And what did I say I was new? Oh, I'm going to go to ClickFunnels. Let's go to ClickFunnels, and I will demonstrate. Oh, I'll demonstrate something. What could we demonstrate on ClickFunnels today? We could go, I did yesterday, and I don't know if anyone's watched it, but I guess about 30 people have watched it. So that's anybody, right? 30 people's are anybody's. I did a demo of the behind the scenes, how I actually create my group coaching membership site in ClickFunnels, how I create the actual members page for the lesson that I'm working on, how I do the email, how I do the digital assets, because I like to do a worksheet, or I call it an action sheet, because nobody that's grown up wants to do a worksheet anymore, right? So I call it an action sheet, because we all want to think that we're taking a lot of action, and we are. If we do that sheet every day, we are taking action and we are moving forward. So I showed how to do that yesterday. Maybe today, since I haven't done it yet, I will go ahead and show how I do some of my follow-up funnels. I'm not going to do the lesson for my coaching program yet because I don't have the worksheet done. I have it started, but I don't have it done yet. It's a pretty in-depth one, and I'm giving some examples from my favorite funnel scripts. It's a whole plug of funnel scripts Jim Edwards Day. I should have my affiliate link in here somewhere, but I don't because I am a funnel scripts love. I love funnel scripts. All right, so let's just pick one of mine. Let's pick the daily scare share. I actually do 3 different Facebook Lives a day, and with each of those, I am not only doing the Facebook Live, but I'm creating an email sequence, like a Seinfeld sequence that goes along with it. So I need to put my coffee down so I can actually get my magnifying glass out and see what I'm doing. I know, right? Here's the deal. If you guys are making excuses for why you can't do this stuff, I have to freaking do it with a magnifying glass, and I'm still getting it done. This is day 143, I believe, of my daily scare share. So every day I do a Facebook Live of one thing a day to stretch my comfort zone or that scares me. And then I share that Facebook Live. But in addition to that, I take that Facebook Live and I download it to my computer. I upload it to YouTube. I transfer it from an MP4 file from YouTube to an MP3 file using a tool called Y2Mate. And then I upload that MP3 file to my Pajama Grandma podcast. And I share that out and about. Same with YouTube. As I upload it to YouTube, part of why I upload it to YouTube is because then I can share it automatically to like 6 or 7 different sites and different social media platforms. So today is day 143. I'm going to verify that. It's day 145. What does that tell you? But here's the deal. I didn't do yesterday's, so we are actually going to start with yesterday's. Sounded like somebody was here, but not. So we're going to actually do day 144. I've created a template for this, but as you can see, we're on day 144 because I didn't do yesterday's because my computer was acting super duper annoying and slow. So we're going to do day 144. I've already put the title in. I'm going to go ahead and open the email editor, go to my worksheet that has the link shared because I download, then I save the link from the Facebook Live file. So here's the Facebook Live link. And then right next to that, you can see here's the YouTube link. The one I need first is the YouTube link. So I'm going to copy and paste that. Control C on a PC. I can't remember. I think it's Command C on a Mac, but I don't use Apples. My kids do, but I don't. So they get a little miffed at me that I don't use Apple. But they all try to convince me, but to me, it's just learning another technology and another platform to doing things, and I don't need to do it at this point. I love my PCs. I've used them forever, so why do I need to change? Then I'm going to pop back to my ClickFunnels, and I'm going to click on my button that I have pre-set up and selected, and I'm going to paste that link right there. Then I'm going to hit Done, Edit Settings, Save. I'm also going to, since I like to, overkill things and make sure I've doubly done stuff, this one's tricky to click on. It has to be in the exact right place to get the link. Again, Control V to paste the link, save, and I am going to preview it because nothing is worse than sending out an email like this one. Oh, there it worked. that doesn't have links that work. We'll make sure it's today's. Yes, it is. Same hairdo. Then we're going to preview this one, the other link. Any link you put in your emails, you or somebody else preview and make sure that they go to the right place, especially when you're using a template. When I create templates like this, if I don't set the form up the day ahead of time, like you'll see in the next one that I'm going to do, I've got data in there already. Well, if I don't check those links, I might forget to change one. I might get sidetracked. That happens, believe it or not. And then I will have the wrong links in the email, and people will think I stink and that they shouldn't follow me or listen to me because I put the wrong link in my email. And that if I can't even be competent enough to put the right link in my email, why would they want to listen to me about anything else? Is that fair? Is that right? It doesn't matter. It's human nature. And so it doesn't matter if it's fair or right. And frankly, if they're that judgmental, I probably don't want to work with them anyway, but that's just me. So again, save. Once it shows the little disc, if anybody knows what those used to be, I'm going to go ahead and preview this, make sure that it's right. It's a little slower to get into Facebook. On my computer anyway. I need to move so I can have true high-speed internet, not live out in the country speed internet. It is so slow. And the next thing I'm going to do is save this and close it. And I am going to make this live. Don't forget to make your Actionetic emails live, because if you don't make them live, guess what? Nobody sees them. So after I do that, I'm going to add today's. And besides adding today's, and I might not do all these because it's boring for y'all to watch. And I don't like to talk about it the whole time, but it gives me something to do while we wait for some questions. And if there are no questions, then I just stop going live and I go back to work and I keep doing this kind of thing that I'm doing right now, but without an audience. Okay, the Jam-O-Gram is not cooperating today. Oh, because I can't hit the right letters. There we go. I like it when I can just auto-fill it. This is the Daily Stair Share, 145. I go down and I find my right template. Whoops, right there. I did make the mistake of making a lot of my templates look similar. I would... Going forward, I won't do that because it's a little confusing when the templates look a lot alike. And you can see there's a couple of things in my template that aren't perfect, so I end up having to go in and fix them every time, which I could just create another template, but they get I get to have too many that look alike, and it's hard to remember which one's the right one. So half the time I end up fixing it anyway. And we're going to have puppies whining because puppies need to go out when I'm doing a live, right? Okay, you have to wait a minute, puppy. So we're going to save this, and we're going to open this, and you'll see, these I have blanked out on the template. I'm going to go to my worksheet and find my link for day 145. And again, it's just a minute, Choco, I'll be right there. It's going to be the first, do we get points, extra credit points for having puppies whining in the background? If we do, I win, right? I'm just going to get this in here and then save it because I like to, whenever I have to take a little break for something, I like to at least leave off in a place that makes sense to me. Now she'll stop whining just because I said that. And the reason I preview right now is if I miss the link, because sometimes I don't remember to save the link on the button first, then I know I can quickly just copy and paste because it's still on my clipboard. That is why I check it right now versus checking it after I put in all the links. And there we go. Those are right. So then the next thing I'm going to do is add my Facebook link. As long as she's not whining, I'm going to get it done. So it's a better spot to leave off on than, and doing something as simple as letting the dog out, you can forget where you left off. That's why I like worksheets, because it makes sure that she's going to whine some more, so that I don't forget where I leave off. And again, when you're copying and pasting your links, make sure you're just getting the right characters and make sure that you're backing out the HTTPS, or it'll be in there twice and your link won't work, which is another reason that you check your link. There's a reason I know that. I know that because I've accidentally done that before, just copied and pasted without taking out the characters that are already in the field. We do that a lot on our funnels. That's why you have to check things as you're building your funnels, or you end up finding out that you've got links in your funnels that don't work. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and assume that whenever you create a funnel, you check absolutely everything in it, right? You run through it, you test your funnel. You don't just create it and then slam it up there and then wonder why parts of it aren't working. Again, we're going to go ahead and make this live. And that's all there is to it. And then I like to create the next day's lesson and have that all ready to go so that I've got the template ready to go. Because usually I'll do this every day. But like I said yesterday, I had a problem with my internet, so I did not do it. Because it only takes a couple of seconds, less than a minute, I think, to create the next lesson, right? And when I have to put it in really fast, it makes it wonderful for putting it in really fast. Again, with the title and the settings. And it helps that I use the same email or the same name, the same screen name for all my daily emails. I didn't used to do that. I used to put different ones, and I'm like, okay, this has got to get streamlined. Kind of like my social media. It has to all be streamlined and branded consistently for my one thing, which has changed in the last week or so. So I'm really actually, as much as I beat myself up over not having streamlined and fixed it already, it's a good thing that I didn't, because otherwise I would be going through and changing it all again. I could have just put a 1 in front of that. Again, I like to grab my template. Well, I keep overshooting it. One second, Choco. I'm just going to finish this one, okay? Does anyone else talk to their pets? Or is it just me? I happen to have a house full of pets these days, so there's a lot of conversation going on, even if I'm the only human in the house at any given time. I'm just going to save this and close it. And then we could go to a different funnel, different follow-up funnel. And the next one I usually do is my Pajama Grandma one. And I also do the new adventure. So I do 3 every day because it's helping me practice. It's helping me get better at the skills and at the things that I find a little bit nerve-wracking, things that I find a little difficult to do. Because we're all scared of different things. We're all nervous about different things. So that is something that I do every day. I create content absolutely every single day. Are you creating content every day? If not, why not? Even if you've got a full-time job, you can grab your phone and do a 1 or 2 minute Facebook Live. Anybody can do that. If you're not doing that, ask yourself, why not? Is it just because you don't know what to do or you don't know what topic to talk on? You know what I do? I'll share a couple little tricks with you. One of the things I do, besides let the whining dog out, hang on 1 second. Come on, let's go outside. Choo, choo, choo. And then you're going to whine at the back door, or at the door. See, seriously, in my pajamas and in my robe. Okay, one of the things I do when I came home from Funnel Hacking Live in March, that's the big Russell Brunson annual marketing event, in case you don't know what I'm talking about, Funnel Hacking Live. One thing, they had a speaker on there, and he challenged us to do 125 videos in a batch, and then put those out, break those into different pieces of content and social media, and put them out all over social media. And he says, have your team do that. Awesome, have your team do that. So what I did when I got home, and I'll actually show you the ones I did, and this is a thing that I'm changing, I did a whole bunch for chronic pain. So all I did was I grabbed a stack of note cards. I'm a note card person, and I started creating videos. I brainstormed topics, and all of these note cards, all of these are different topics that I brainstorm, and then I did a short Facebook Live. Usually they were, between 1 and, okay, some of them got kind of long-winded because I like to talk. So some of them were maybe 6 to 10 minutes, but for the most part, they were in about the 5 to 7 minute range. All of them, I tried to keep it under 5 minutes, but that didn't happen very often because I'm a talker. So now that I'm switching gears and having to go ahead and go a different direction for my online endeavors for a while, I've got my note cards out again. And so today, one of the things I have to do is I have to start brainstorming topics that I want to talk about, all related to my new area of focus. And I could use some help with that. If anybody has suggestions in terms of what they would like to know about, I'm going to do it with respect to helping people with their online businesses or with their brick and mortar offline businesses to get the online presence that they need and deserve, to get the attention that they deserve in today's society. Because so many, I deal a lot with bars and restaurants and small businesses because I ran a bunch of them, and so many of them have no online presence. I had zero, zip, nada, one little Facebook page that never got any attention. And this is why I'm passionate about it, is because I was guilty of the exact same thing. I didn't know or think that it was important. And even though in the back of my mind, I knew I needed to do it and I thought it was important and I was missing out, I didn't have in my business, I was too busy working in it instead of on it. So I didn't have the time and I didn't allocate the resources, which was a choice, to actually create a good online presence that could automate and help me to achieve the things that I wanted to achieve. I didn't have it in me to do it. So that's part of why I am so passionate about making sure that everybody who wants to gets the online presence that they deserve, that they get their little, claim to fame in the internet pie, or whatever you want to call it. So that's my message for today. I am going to sign off since I don't have any questions and go back to doing my daily content mechanics. Jim Edwards was talking today about the 2 golden hours. And so I learned that from him a long time ago when I was busy in corporate America and when I was busy running my businesses on a day-to-day basis. I learned that you could get as much done in 2 hours as most people get done in a week. I learned that in corporate America too. I would go in really early in the morning because I know that all the work I got done before 8 a.m. when other people started coming in, that was the most I was going to get done all day and all week. And so I could get more done in a couple of hours before everybody came into the office than once everybody came, then for the whole rest of the week. So I was still getting 8 to 10 times more done than anybody else was in one day. And if you took that over the course of the weeks, my corporate stuff and my corporate career skyrocketed because I could get so much more done than other people. And all it was because I came into work a couple hours early before everybody else got there and did all the interruption things that are so inherent in corporate, in any work setting, but in corporate settings especially. Once everybody else comes in, I think I spent 5 or 6 hours a day out of the 8-hour day that I was supposed to be there in meetings. Well, you can only multitask so much when you're in a meeting and people are looking to you to participate and have an opinion on things. And so lesson learned there. But Jim Edwards taught me the 2 golden hours thing. So I would do things in the morning before I went to work. And then in the evening when I was a little more tired and after I got the kids to bed, I would work on mechanical things that I needed to do mechanically. So for example, I still do that today. I create my content first thing in the morning. I get up at 4:30 in the morning. I knock out 4 videos. 1 for my daily scare share, 1 for Pajama Grandma, 1 for is just kind of a journaling of as I'm first day speaking English, transitioning from brick and mortar real life businesses to an online business model. I'm documenting that journey because it is new for me. It is a learning experience. I do mess a lot of stuff up, but I'm also learning a lot along the way. So just as a diary type record of what I'm doing, I just do a daily Facebook Live of what's working, what's not, what I learned, what I figured out, trainings and things I've listened to that have really, really helped me. Yesterday, I got my first troll. Yay! I did a webinar and I had a troll on it. And I, I kind of laugh now because I think that that is sort of a rite of passage when you get somebody that's trashing you and trashing your stuff and saying that you're a scam or a con, that it's pretty funny because anybody that's knows me at all knows that's ridiculous, but they also know that I've done like 1,000 videos this year of me. So if you want to know who I really am and if I'm a real person or not, Jesus, just check out my YouTube, check out my Instagram's not very good yet. I got to work on that, but check out my Facebook. I mean, Facebook, I'm all over Facebook. I've got like a gazillion videos and stuff this year. And if you want to know who I am, just watch a couple of my videos because it kind of shows through. It's sort of not like I'm hiding. I'm definitely not hiding. So don't accuse me of being a con when you haven't even looked at my stuff or know who I am. And then I'm one of those people that has to investigate the root cause of things. So of course I clicked on that person's Facebook and they're like a total shell. It's a total shell Facebook. It's one of those Facebooks that has no picture, no information. And then it's just got the few posts that are there are like shared videos from YouTubers, shared conspiracy theory things. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is hilarious. So I just blocked that person from my feed, which is what you do. And now I'm just laughing about it because I'm like, does that mean that people are noticing if I'm actually getting a troll or somebody heckling me? Well, I hope so, because as weird as I am and as strange as a pajama grandma might seem, we got a lot of wisdom and a lot of things that we can share and a lot of lessons you can learn so that you don't have to make the same mistakes yourself, because our journeys and our lives and our endeavors are not a straight line ascension. I don't know anyone that's actually succeeded at accomplishing anything remotely amazing that hasn't had one of those up and down, up and down, up and down journeys. And that's life. And it's interesting. I was talking to somebody the other day and they were whining and bemoaning, literally whining and bemoaning about how terrible their life is and isn't it awful and everything's so hard for them. And I just smiled because life just keeps getting better and better. It keeps getting easier and easier. And we can make excuses or we can take action and change our mind and move forward. Guys, I do everything with a flippin' magnifying glass. I'm blind in one eye and I can barely see out of the other. Yet I get more done before most people get up in the morning than most people get done in a month. So, you know, if you're looking for somebody to hold your hand and tell you, oh yes, ain't it awful? The world's a terrible place. Please don't follow me. Please don't follow me on any of my pages. Please don't, troll me or comment or give me a hard time, because I'm old enough that I don't care. I love you all. I send you all love and light, but I don't care what you think of me. If you don't like me, I'm sorry. Good for you. Go find somebody that you do like. There are so many amazing people that you can learn from. Go learn from one of them. All right. That's my rant for today. Go out, make it an awesome day, and I will see you soon. Pajama Grandma out.